Hello! My name is Keisha. Today we are going to read Adam and Eve with the first Bible story. Are you ready? Alright, let's begin. In the beginning, darkness was everywhere. Water covered the earth. Then God spoke, "Let there be light." God made light and called it day. He then made darkness to separate it from light, and he called it night. This happened on the first day of creation. God separated the earth from sky and the land from water. With the will of God, the earth produced all kinds of plants, bearing grain and fruit. Then God made the sun, moon, and stars to light the sky. All this happened between the second and the fourth day. On the fifth day of creation, God filled the seas and rivers with living creatures of all kinds, from the great whales to the smallest fishes, from corals to sponges, from octopuses to jellyfish. Then he filled up the air with birds of all kinds. On the sixth day of creation, God wanted the mainland to be populated with all kinds of living creatures, the wild animals, the cattle, and everything that crawls upon the ground. Life blossomed everywhere. God took some soil from the ground and formed the man out of it. He made the man in his own image. God then breathed the breath of life into the man's nose, and the man began to live. God called him Adam. Then God planted a garden in Eden, full of delicious fruits. In the middle of the garden, God placed the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God put Adam in the Garden of Eden, but this was not enough for Adam to feel happy. So God said, "It is not good for the man to live alone." God put Adam into a deep sleep and then removed one of his ribs. God formed the woman from Adam's rib and called her Eve. God led Eve to Adam, who, full of joy, exclaimed, "At last! Here is one of my own kind, bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh." Woman is her name because she was taken out of man. God blessed them. God brought every animal and every bird to Adam to see what he would call them. And Adam named each bird and each animal. Adam and Eve lived happily in the Garden of Eden. They were both naked but were not ashamed. Then God said to Adam and Eve, "You may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except of the tree that gives knowledge of good and evil. The day you eat its fruit, you will die." One day, while Eve was walking in the garden, a snake came up to her and asked, "Did God tell you not to eat fruit from any tree in the garden?" "We may eat the fruit of any tree in the garden, except the tree in the middle of it. If we eat it, we will die." Eve replied. The snake said, "You will not die. God knows that the day you eat the fruit from the tree, you will become as wise as Him, and will know what is good and what is bad." Eve thought it would be good to be wise. So she picked a fruit of the tree, tasted it, and handed it to Adam to eat. As soon as they ate the fruit, Adam and Eve realized that they were naked. They rushed to pick fig leaves and made something out of them to cover themselves. When God visited the garden that evening, Adam and Eve hid behind the trees. God knew what they had done. He asked, "Did you eat the fruit that I told you not to eat?" Adam said, "Eve gave me the fruit." Eve said, "The snake tricked me into eating it." God turned to snake in anger and said, "You will crawl on your belly and eat dust as long as you live." Then he condemned Eve to feel sorrow when having children, and Adam to earn his living from tilling the soil. Lastly, God condemned Adam and Eve to be mortal. He covered their nakedness with animal skins and drove them out from the Garden of Eden. Then he placed an angel with a flaming sword to keep Adam and Eve from returning. For me, the moral of the story is the obedience to the Almighty Father. We should be committed, dedicated, and loyal in following His will no matter what, just like Papang Pastor. I hope you like our Bible story for today. See you next time. Goodbye!